So again, we are on a quest to make things look better for your users. One of the things that I know I do, and you probably do as well, is create tables that only IS would use. So we can change these tables. It can be a beautiful thing. Well, then the user calls up and says they want to do it. So you go, oh, no problem. I can do a table generator and give it to them. Well, if you look at my table, two of the things I included was the date and changed by. That's not something I want the user to put in. There might be some other fields. There might be some fields that you just want to display and bring in. So one of the nice things that they have available that isn't used very often, in the table maintenance generator, you can do environment modification. Now you can modify the maintenance screens, the interface, the events, and the source code. I wouldn't recommend you change the source code because anytime then you change the table itself, it will go over your source code. And you don't want that to happen. The best thing to change is events. Yeah, do not make changes. It's not SAP. I'm all good. So one of the things you can change here, you use for changes, is the events. And look at all the events they have for you. It's amazing. I mean, you can use these and pretty much create any program you want. I'm going to use, before saving the data in the database, and I've called my form a name, and then I go to the editor. I have a breakpoint here. The main reason why I put a breakpoint here was because everything I was looking at said to change total and extract. Well, my system is old, so I have total underscore M and extract underscore M. Your system will probably be total and extract. Now, the one thing that you've got to remember is, again, this is based on position and how many characters your field takes. So you got to know that. And once you do, it's easy. You basically follow this recipe all the way down. So I want to test it. So I go to SM30. I use my table. I maintain it. And I see this is junk. Yes, it is. And I save it. I hit my breakpoint. If you look at total, you can see I've got two fields there. That's because there's only two fields in the table. And if you come down here, the first one was not update. The second one is, oh, that VMI total key is very cool. It's part of SAP. You don't have to do anything with it. So now my total M, which looks like that because it is an SAP field, will be total M at 10 characters, and here's what I'm putting into it. Now, if I wanted to change that, let's change it just for fun. And make it, oops, didn't mean to do that. And make it 5. I don't know if it'll take that or not. 10, 5. Because I used datum as my description, sometimes this won't work. So I hit continue. And I go back out. I look at my table to make sure everything's all good. It did, in fact, take my change, 10:05. Now, so I know everything looks good, but I certainly don't want the user to go into SM30. That just would be all bad and wrong on so many levels. So I'm going to set them up with a transaction code. I'm going to go tech, well, tech's good. And I'm going to create one. I want to create it with parameter. I'm sliding around there. Um, oh, I forgot to put a name to it. Okay, test. So the transaction is SM30. You want to skip the initial screen and you want to put view name of ZMMC test and update. Yeah, they should be able to update it. And then you want to save it. And I'm going to save it as a local object. And then I'm going to test it. And it's giving you the cross client. There you go. So all you need to do now is give them access to that transaction and set up their authority. You probably are going to have some sort of authority in your generate table maintenance. I did not. That's because I was making it easy. So thank you again for watching this. I think it's another great way to make user screens more usable for the users.